In this video, we're going to work on setting up the system for this word problem, and we are actually not going to solve it out. So if you need to learn how to solve a system of equations using elimination method, go back and review that topic. Let's get started. Here it says that a delivery truck is transporting boxes of two sizes, large ones and also small ones. It also tells us that the large boxes weigh 40 pounds each. And then the small boxes weigh 20 pounds each. It says that there are 115 boxes in all, and if the truck is carrying a total of 3,300 pounds in boxes, how many of each type of box is it carrying? And that's our question. We need to figure out how many of each type of box it is carrying. Therefore, I'm going to let X represent the number of large boxes, and then Y is going to be the number of small boxes. The way that I got this information is because, again, the question tells you what you're looking for. How many of each type of box is it carrying? And again, in the first sentence, they told you the two types of boxes are large and small. Next, second sentence, it says the large boxes weigh 40 pounds each. So the large boxes, which is represented by X weighs 40 pounds. And this is the abbreviation, LBS for pounds each. And then they also told us that Y weighs 20 pounds each. Again, Y is the number of small boxes. And then it says that there are 115 boxes in all. 115 boxes in all. And it also told us that a total of 3,300 pounds in boxes. So there's 3,300 pounds in boxes. That's all the information, and then the only other piece was the question, which is how many of each type of box it's carrying, which is what we're going to do. We're going to set up a system that will allow us to answer that question. So I'm going to create two equations. So I'm going to write down equation number 1 and equation number 2. The first bit of information that I'm going to look at is they told us that there's 115 boxes in all. So you have to read in between the lines. 115 boxes in all means that there are a total of 115 boxes. So if I were to combine the number of large boxes, which is represented by X, if I combine that, meaning if I add that with the number of small boxes, I'm going to get a total of 115 boxes in all. So if you interpret this equation, X is the number of large boxes, Y is the number of small boxes. So when I read this, this really tells me that the number of large boxes plus the number of small boxes is equal to 115 altogether. So that's equation 1. What we're going to look at next is this piece of information here. There's 3,300 pounds in boxes altogether. How do I get that total? Well, you'd have to know two things. You have to know the weight of each box, and you have to take that weight and multiply it with the total number of boxes. And when I say total number of boxes, it's for the specific amount for the large ones and the specific amount for the small ones. Let's look at the first one. So if I want to figure out the total weight for the number of large boxes, I will take the weight of each of those boxes. So the large boxes, we already said, weighs 40 pounds. And I have to multiply that with how many of those large boxes I have. Well, recall that that's what we're trying to figure out. How many large boxes are there? So that's represented by X right now. And I have to get that amount, and I'm going to add that with total weight of the small boxes. To get the total weight of the small boxes, I take the weight of each box, which we know that the small boxes weigh 20 pounds each, and I multiply that with the number of small boxes altogether, which we don't know the actual answer yet, but we know it's represented by Y. So if I take the total weight, so now I'm going to interpret my expression so far, the total weight of the large boxes, which is represented by 40X, plus the total weight of the small boxes, which is represented by 20Y, altogether is going to be 3,300 pounds. And now we have our system complete. So I'm just going to rewrite this information over here to clean it up a little. So we have x plus y equals 115, and 40x plus 20y equals 3,300. And that's your system of equations. And all you have to do is use the elimination method to figure out the value for each.